5 Mysterious Legends of Cambodia. 1. The Forest Spirits Neak Ta. Deep in the Cambodian countryside, every ancient tree and stone shrine is said to have its own guardian spirit, the Neak Ta. Villagers still whisper that if you enter the forest without respect, the air changes. The leaves stop moving. The sound of footsteps echoes, even when you are standing still. One night, a traveler rested beside an old banyan tree. He spoke carelessly, mocking the local legends. Moments later, he felt the ground tremble softly, like a warning. He left in silence, and when he looked back, the tree's shadow seemed to move ever so slightly. They say Neak Ta doesn't harm. It simply reminds people that nature listens always. 2. The Floating Shadow Art. In quiet Cambodian villages, people tell stories of the Ari, a wandering light that drifts through windows on still nights. It is not evil but curious. Some say it appears when someone breaks a promise, or when the village forgets an old custom. A young woman once saw the glowing shape outside her home. She followed it down the narrow path toward the rice fields. But when she turned around, her house lights were gone. The next morning, she found herself standing beside the same field, untouched, though she swore she had walked for hours. Locals believe the art guides those who lose their way, not to frighten, but to remind them to stay true to their word. 3. The Stone Guardians Mren Kongville. If you walk near an old stone pile or a ruined temple in Cambodia, step carefully. That is where the Mren Kongville, the tiny guardians, are said to live. They are invisible protectors of the old places. Sometimes, when the wind blows just right, you might hear laughter, soft and playful, like children hiding behind the stones. Long ago, a boy who played near a ruin claimed he heard a small voice say, "Be quiet, someone is sleeping." Startled, he ran home. The next day, the ruins had shifted slightly, as if something beneath had moved in the night. Since then, people leave small offerings. A flower, a drop of water, a whisper of thanks, because every stone remembers. 4. The Spirit of the Water. The Tale of the Sirenia. There is an old legend from the river villages about a young woman who met a mysterious being near the water. It appeared first as a serpent of silver light, then as a gentle voice calling her name. The creature told her it had watched over her family for generations. But when she doubted its words, the river became silent. The water stilled. When she tried to look closer, the figure vanished beneath the surface, leaving only ripples shaped like eyes watching from below. They say the river spirits choose who can see them, and sometimes curiosity is the bridge between worlds that should remain apart. 5. The Twin Princes Vorvong and Sorvong. Long ago, 2 princes were separated from their home by jealousy and fate. They wandered through forests, deserts, and mountains, guided only by a ring that shimmered in moonlight. One night, they reached a cave where a whisper told them to find your kingdom again. You must first face the darkness within. They entered hand in hand, and what they found inside was never told, but when they emerged, the stars above them had changed. They had become wiser, kinder, stronger. This legend is not about fear, but courage, about finding the light even when every path seems lost. The breath of the spirits, from the forests to the rivers, from the stones to the skies. Cambodia's legends live quietly, not to terrify, but to teach. They remind us that everything around us has a voice. Some voices are gentle, some are hidden, and some still wait to be heard when the night is calm and the air is still. So next time you stand beneath the moon and hear a whisper that doesn't belong to the wind, listen. It might be another story calling your name.